So as a photographer, you see people shooting for companies such as Nike or Adidas, all the way to your local barbershop or your local restaurants or whatnot, any local businesses, and you're wondering on how they do that and how they get the opportunity to shoot for these companies. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys different ways on how you could reach out to these companies, whether it's a local restaurant or a bigger brand that you want to work with. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. So the very first one that I do about 99% of the time whenever I'm trying to work with companies or local businesses or whatnot, I use Instagram DMs. So Instagram is a great tool as a photographer when you reach out to these type of companies because you have your portfolio right there all ready to go. They just click on your username and they can see the content that you provide. So Instagram is a great way to reach out to companies. You just go to the search tab and search up anything. So Instagram is a great tool as a photographer when you reach out to these type of companies because you have your portfolio right there all ready to go. They just click on your username and they can see the content that you provide. Need some new content. So since I do videography as well, I always reach out to them in the DMs and I'm always like, hey, my name is Hunter. I'm based here in Nashville. Do you need any photos and or video? If so, here are my rates and it'd be great to talk to you. Have a great day. That's the type of message that I put. That's generally what I do right off the bat if I feel like that company may need some content. And then sometimes, or most of the time, they don't really even reply. They just look at it and that's it. So if they respond and it's still a no, they're usually just like, we don't need any content at this time, but we'll keep your contact information for later on down the road if needed. And then sometimes they do hit you back up, but most of the time they don't. But if it's a yes, then you just continue on a conversation with them, have a little chat with them, just make it as genuine as possible. You don't want to be like, I'm here for this job and that's it. I always try to connect with the person so that way we have some mutual relationship to where it's more than just the shoot itself. And being genuine in the DMs is always great because later down the road, especially if they don't need photos in that time, they could always come back to you and be like, hey, we had a conversation about this and they do this type of stuff that I need at this moment, and they could hit you back up and then you'll get a job later down the road. So that is one way. Use Instagram. It's a great tool. DM people, do what you need to do. I use it all the time. I use it probably 98-99% of the time. And yeah. And the same thing goes for bigger companies, but what I'm about to get into, it's a lot better to do this because with Instagram DMs, it's usually just their social media manager, not their marketing director. So this is the second thing that I always do for bigger companies is emailing. Emailing is huge when you're trying to reach out to bigger, more professional companies that you want to reach out and work with. When you want to work with bigger brands, emailing is huge because it makes you seem more professional. And if you have a media kit, which I really suggest, so I use Canva. It's one of the best websites for making your media kit. It's fast, free, and easy to use. I really highly suggest it. And no, this isn't sponsored, although I wish it was. So Canva, if you want to, sponsor the next video when I do something like this, hit your boy up. But using Canva is a great tool just because of how easy it is. When you find the company that you want to shoot for, I suggest keep it along the lines of your Instagram DM, but make it a little bit more in depth and tell them what you're there exactly for it. So in the subject line, always put photography work or photography campaign or something like that along those lines. And I always put, hello, my name is Hunter Rayl. I'm based in Nashville, Tennessee. Like the basic intro that you could ever do to tell a company and whatnot, or tell someone about yourself and everything. You always want to do a little introduction to who you are and what you like to do and whatnot, so that way it feels more genuine as well, not like a spam email. So you'll be doing that. Then towards the middle of the email, when you want to get into what you're there for and what you want to provide them and whatnot, you would put something along the lines of, I could shoot this many photos for this price or in exchange of this product. Then you would give them a reasonable date that you could provide that content in time for or whatnot and give yourself a deadline. That's what I usually do. So when you get done typing the whole middle section of how many photos you provide and whatnot, in that part, I always put something along the lines at the end of it saying, down below you can find my media kit that I attached to this email for your reference. And then after that I just say, thank you very much for your time and have a great day. So that's what I usually do in my emails. I make it look a little bit more professional and tell them exactly what I want and whatnot and kind of keep it more of a professional aspect than making it look like it's spam. So be sure to take your time on the emails and make sure to read through it thoroughly and send that email. And if you don't get a response, don't feel discouraged. I've been declined many times. I've gotten a lot of no's. I've gotten a lot of no answers. So there's always gonna be that one person that'll always say yes. So be sure to send those emails and you never know what will happen. So the next and final thing that I use all the time is Aspire IQ. It's this one website where there's a whole bunch of brands you could shoot for. It's like influencer based, but as a photographer, they love the work that I do and the product shots that I get. And most of the time I do get yeses and a lot of times I get nos, but I apply to a lot of stuff and you can too. So just go down to the description below and hit the Aspire IQ link and it'll take you straight to the website and you can sign up there. And that's like one of the best websites I use. I use it almost daily, like basically every other day, to see if there's new brands that popped up that are in need of photos. And the best thing about it, once you link your social media accounts, it gives you set prices on what you should charge that person, but I always do it a little bit higher, and most of the time they're okay with that. They don't mind spending an extra like $5 to $10 or sometimes even $20. If they like your work that much, they'll work with you. So charge a little bit more, don't be shy, don't feel hesitant. And if you don't want to do that, just go off the prices that the site gives you and you can just charge that much if you really want to. I kind of suggest it for your first time doing it, but charge a little bit more if you want. So Aspire IQ is a great site. You'll see some brands that you are familiar with or some brands that are on the rise or they just launched and they are in need of photos, and it's a great way to reach out and get in contact with these brands. It's one of the best websites that I found personally that worked best for me. So yeah, again, the link is down below. Go ahead and sign up. But yeah, other than that, that's gonna be it for me today. If you guys did like this video, be sure to drop a like. If you guys want more photography tips on how to land jobs and whatnot, comment down below and let me know. Or if you have any other ideas that work for you specifically, say you've done this in the past, let me know. I'm curious. And also be sure to subscribe if you guys are new with post notifications on so you don't miss a single video. And also, I got Create hats on my website. Go down to the description below and you can find the merch link there. But yeah, other than that, remember to always keep creating and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.